now here's your host, Duza COLD BEAR.
Yo, welcome everyone. Welcome to the Late Show. I'm your host, Duza COLD BEAR. Yeah. So, nation, another Monday, and that means it's time for another segment of News You Can Use. Last week saw Blotus spoil an otherwise great G7 over in France by doing what he normally does. He showed up. Yeah, and then he tried to make everything about himself, which, he normally does. But folks, Europe, and let's face it, most of the world is really starting to grow weary of dumb Donald's boorish and childish behavior. Take Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni. She's Italy's conservative leader, and on many issues, she is perfectly aligned with President Epstein and the Republican Party. However, she sharply rejected Impotus's reported claim to Italian broadcaster LA7. Yeah, that doesn't seem right. La 7? What's Italian for 7?
It's La Sette.
La Sette. Anyway, Old Fool's Gold told that broadcaster,
that's La Sette,
yeah, whatever, that Meloni begged for a photo with him at the G7 summit, a claim which Madam Prime Minister responded to saying, "Neither I nor Italy ever beg." Yeah, I know that was bad. And clearly no one at the G7 wanted to play with Diaper Dawn because there are repeated instances of all 6 other leaders paying lip service to him about his deal to end the Iran war, including Canada's Mark Carney, who diplomatically said it exceeded his expectations. Yeah, I get that. I personally expected the Nodfather to end things by handing America-made nukes to the Iranians. The fact that he's only making them richer is well beyond what I thought Mr. Art of No Deal was capable of. Although, keep in mind, the nuclear part of the negotiations are just beginning, so don't be surprised if old Sleepy Don doesn't just allow the Iranians to develop nukes, but actually gives them some. I mean, look, the Iran war is something that should never have happened. Something that he did without consulting any of the many countries he immediately berated for not helping him with an illegal war he started, and something which has triggered an even bigger inflation spike than was caused when old Farty Pants here was president during COVID. I'm positive every member of the G7, and indeed the G20, G50, and how many countries are there anyway? Just want the bloody thing to be over with. Give the baby a rattle, pat him on the head, tell him he did a good poop, and let's get things back to normal already, am I right? Yeah, well, good thing I'm Canadian, or that might have been interpreted as unpatriotic by old Tiny Bruised Hands and his butt-kissing lackeys.
Oh, yeah! Boom, boom.
Closer to home, we've just seen the grand opening of the Obama Presidential Center in Chicago. Yeah, man, there's nothing like seeing that to remind you of how bad this is, huh? In a sit-down relating to the opening that was broadcast on MS Now, is that what MSNBC is now? MS Now? MS Now. It sounds like a call to action for donations to a multiple sclerosis campaign. Anyway, in a sit-down relating to the opening of the OBC, former president and man who looks great in a tan suit, Barack Obama, said the problem with the right in America is that they see, quote, any suggestion or criticism that America was anything other than perfect as unpatriotic, end quote. Yeah, it's true. The felon-in-chief and his liquor cabinet of DUI hires do act like any criticism they get is treason. Mind you, if that's true, the fact that anything other than praise for the sitting president is treason, then this guy should have been executed long ago. I mean, come on. Name anyone on earth who has been more critical of not one, but 2 other presidents while those presidents were in office. Oh, yeah. Oh, point taken. Speaking of unpatriotic Americans, here we are coming up on the big 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, and the mood of the country is anything but celebratory. In a recent PRRI American Identity Survey, only 51% of Americans say they're extremely or very proud of being American. That number is down sharply from 82% in 2013. You know, back when Obama was president instead of a 34-time convicted and twice impeached pedophile protector. Yeah, I said it. Not surprisingly, with the Republicans and the orange turd running things, less than half of Democrats believe that being born in America, that's a 42%, believing in God, 41%, or being Christian, 29%, are important to America's national identity. But the only majority still saying that being born in America, believing in God, and being Christian are important to being truly American are, of course, white evangelical conservatives. Yeah, that's not exactly an impartial endorsement. I mean, that's like cows voting that being able to chew cud and produce milk makes you the best animal, even as all the birds fly over and poop on you. But here's the big takeaway, folks. Americans of all stripes are also split on the American dream, with less than half believing that hard work gets you ahead. And among 18 to 29-year-olds, the belief in the American dream has fallen from 50% just 2 years ago to only 36% today. 36%! My God! How badly do you have to be managing things to cause something so quintessentially American as believing in the American dream to dip below 40%? And all that just since 2024. Gee, I wonder what happened in 2024 that would cause this. Yeah, that tracks. Stick around, folks. There'll be more of The Late Show with Duza COLD BEAR coming up right after this message. And remember, there's a new Late Show segment premiering at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Mondays through Thursdays each week, with the full week's offering posted in the digest format every Saturday. And patrons, even the free ones who get their name in the credits just for signing up, get early releases of each segment during the East Coast primetime, so they don't need to wait until late night to see the show. Stick around, folks. Next up, Cyborgasm AI Edition. And from the Galloping Gourmand, tonight's special guest, Graham Norad. And later still, another great musical offering with more special musical guests.